Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I want to kind of analyze all the games that happened at the World Cup. And look, we started off with round two, Czech versus South Africa. I think that was a very good game. And I think, yeah, South Africa came back with a penalty. Great result for them. I think after the first game, they definitely pushed back and they had the character to kind of go on and win the game. But all in all, it was a good draw. 4-1 for Switzerland, Bosnia, Canada versus Qatar, 6-0. I think that red card was a very big deal for Qatar. I think they lost their heads. They just could not, they could not kind of function back or come back into the game. Because usually sometimes when teams concede, they, kind of rally together and that's how they, come together and that's how they perform. But I think Canada and Qatar, this didn't really happen. Canada annihilated them fully. Mexico versus South Korea. I think this was a South Korean win. That's what I thought. But Mexico came in. South Korea didn't play that bad. And all in all, it's a moment sport, football. USA versus Australia. I think, yeah, USA. It was a statement win. I feel because Pulisic was missing for this game. I think they had the changes and it worked for them. US is gonna go far in the tournament. Is it gonna go as far as I'm gonna say they're gonna be in the semifinal? No, but I definitely think they could go into the round of 16. In Australia, I was a bit disappointed. I think they could have done better. Scotland versus Morocco. I think, yeah, Morocco, Scotland. People really thought that this is gonna be an easy Morocco win, which even everyone agreed with. But I did say it's gonna be a very tough game for Morocco, and they broke it down one goal, and that was early in the game. And yeah, I think it was a decent game. It wasn't anything you know too analytical per se. Brazil versus Haiti. I think after the draw versus Morocco, Brazil needed a win today. Not today, but whenever they won. And yeah, it was a very good wing performance. I think Brazil needed that more than Haiti. I mean, Haiti more. It's kind of they've kind of like not th- they've been eliminated. Let's just put it that way. Turkey versus Paraguay. I think Turkey did brilliantly. I mean, sorry, Paraguay did brilliant for this game. I think everyone assumed that Turkey would win with the quality that they have, but I think the team just isn't as cohesive as people assumed. And Turkey is just a team which I did not expect them to crash out like this. Two losses, they crashed out of the group. I think Euros as well, they didn't do that well. Everyone assumes Turkey's like their dark horse or something, but they just don't play good. I don't know why. Netherlands versus Sweden. This was a shocker for me. I know everyone else thought Netherlands. I thought Sweden might be more clinical. Boy, was I wrong. I thought, yeah, Switzerland. I mean, Netherlands. Yeah, with their strikers, with their wing play and everything like that, they completely dominated Sweden. I think that one goal as well was just, it was like a fluke goal. You can't really say much about that. But yeah, Netherlands goalkeeper did put them in the game. It could have easily been 3-4, 2-3 goals for Sweden as well. Germany versus Ivory Coast. This was an interesting match. People kind of glaze Germany, but I think what people don't realize is Ivory Coast came in. They were counter pressing, they were defending, they were very compact, very good for the first half. But this is where the manager and his changes come in. Udur comes in, makes the two, scores the two goals, puts himself on the map. Not many people knew about him, including me, because we don't watch the Bundesliga. He comes in, he scores the two goals, gets the whole country rallying behind him, and I think that's a very good story for him. Ecuador versus Curacao. I think a draw, very good result for Curacao. Again, no complaints there. Japan versus Tunisia. I couldn't really watch it, but yeah, I mean, Japan completely dominated them. Spain versus Saudi. I think this was another like statement performance. They could have easily won 2-0, 3-0, but I think a 4-0 is kind of like a nail in the coffin type of thing because Spain was good, but Saudi just was not it. I think defensively they were very open, which is what kind of Spain thrives on. Now, if Spain plays against a good team, are they going to play this good? I don't know. That's what the World Cup's for. We're going to find out. And we'll see what happens there. Belgium versus Iran. This was I knew 100% Belgium and Iran. Like, there's gonna be a draw. Like, people told me that no, like you're wrong. Belgium win easy peasy. But Belgium is not a good team. I don't know why. They kept passing, crossing. Inshallah, everything goes well. Like, that's not how you play football. I'm sorry, but there needs to be structure. There needs to be a place. There needs to be, you need to be able to do things with the amount of creative players Belgium have. I have no idea why they don't play good. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, to the whole world, genuinely. Anyways, Uruguay was Cape Verde. I think this was another brilliant performance by Cape Verde. It was a moment's game. I think Uruguay thoroughly deserved those two goals, but Cape Verde coming back, scoring those two goals, that free kick and that mistake from the keeper, thoroughly deserved. And I think that's the beauty of the sport. A small island like Cape Verde just drew against Uruguay and Spain, which historically both of them have won the World Cup. This is what football's about. It's about giant killing. It's never about whoever the big team is, who's the big team, and they're gonna keep on winning and winning. This is not football. Football's all about how a big team can be demolished, or not demolished, but can go toe to toe, can be gone toe to toe by a smaller team. And I think Cape Verde just proven that. New Zealand versus Egypt. The New Zealand could have won this, but again, I think Egypt is just better team overall. Argentina versus Austria. Yeah, look, I think Messi kind of proves to everyone who he is, why he is, and what his purpose is. If I was in Messi's position, I think I would have definitely retired after the 2022 World Cup. For this guy to keep playing football and coming in and still performing, scoring 5 goals in 2 games, is a statement in itself. He is here not to participate, not to just, so the team wins and stuff and he's just coming in. No, he's here to dominate. He's here to do something, which I have to say I respect it. He completed football at the in the 2022 World Cup. For him to keep on going is a massive statement. France versus Iraq. I think this was we had the delays in this game, but I think France definitely, yeah. Well, we all predicted a France win here. Mbappe 2 goals, and I think the quality that France has is genuinely terrifying for all teams. I think like they have like amazing players on the bench who are like starters and like one of the best players in the world on the bench. Like, this team is crazy, and that's why people have France as their favorites. Norway versus Senegal. I think this was a very good game. I think Erling Haaland and team, they could have done better. I think they missed some key and basic chances that, I mean, we don't really expect Haaland or Odegaard or all these players who are from Norway to miss. But I think this was a very good game as well. Jordan versus Algeria. I think Algeria won, and I'll be honest, I kind of had like second thoughts because I did predict an Algeria win, but when I was editing my shorts, I was like, wait, but Algeria's goalkeeper is not that good, and Jordan might come back. But all in all, Algeria won, fair play. Portugal versus Uzbekistan. I think 5-0. People sleep on this result because Ronaldo is playing against Uzbekistan, but they do, like, I hope they realize that Uzbekistan is a better ranked team than Congo that Portugal drew against. So I think this was a good statement win. I think Uzbekistan was open. I think Ronaldo played like a team. He didn't play like an individual. And I think even the first game, he tried to help the team. The team just did not help Ronaldo. But today was the day where the team came back. They reevaluated all their tactics, and I think the set piece coach, I think he was brilliant. Like, the amount of set pieces chances that I've seen just from Portugal, like many teams, yes, we've seen one or two, but like Portugal, I might have seen like 3 or 4 set piece chances. I mean, one of the goals that they had was literally a corner and the free kick, and Ronaldo could have scored his three at the end. So it was another brilliant performance. England versus Ghana was a very boring game. I think, yeah, I just don't understand how they could go from last week's performance to now. I think players maybe got a bit complacent that you know they start believing in their own hype and the media's hype that they're one of the favorites, which is fine. Look, they're a stacked team. I do still believe they're probably one of the most complete teams in football right now, along with France, along with I'd say along with Argentina as well. Argentina, I think right now they're too reliant on Messi, which I want to see a bit more from the rest of the players. But I think defensively, Argentina is brilliant. Anyways, England, yeah, very disappointed with their performance. Croatia versus Panama, again, one goal. They scored the goal, and we expected that. Colombia versus Congo, I think, yeah, again, um, I expected Colombia to win. That's just how this goes, right? Now, if we look at the results right now for Group A on the table, Group A, Mexico, South Korea, Czech, they're the top three who might be going in, and South Africa might be eliminated. Canada, Switzerland, Bosnia. These are the groups right now. And I really want Canada to go far in this World Cup because I'm Canadian and I really want this sport to be promoted and I want this sport to have a meaning in my country. I think us 2022 World Cup was a very good initiative by the Canadian team, even though we crashed out of the group. But I think our performances versus Belgium, I believe, I think we scored our first goal with Alfonso Davis, which I think is brilliant. He's from an immigrant as well. This is what I love about this country, that we have Canada, Switzerland, Bosnia right now. Tonight, Canada versus Switzerland is going to be interesting, and let's see what happens. Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, and Haiti. So Brazil, Morocco, Scotland. I think, yeah, these three teams are going to win. Brazil versus Scotland is going to be very interesting today as well. I think because I do rate Scotland. I think yes, I know they only won against Haiti and then not Morocco, but today's the day where Brazil versus Scotland is going to be very interesting because I don't think they're just gonna sit back. I feel like Scotland's gonna do something, and yeah, again, we'll see. We'll see. USA, Australia, Paraguay. USA is clean. They're going up. Australia versus Paraguay or Australia, Paraguay, and Turkey. I think yeah. Australia and Paraguay. I don't know who's gonna win out of these two, but we'll see. We'll see. Germany, Ivory Coast, Ecuador, and Curacao. Um, Germany's gonna definitely go. Yeah, I mean they're qualified. Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Curacao. Can Curacao pull off a miracle? Can they? Because right now they're on the same points as Ecuador, and for them to come in, that'd be great. Like I want to see these small nations make it to the round of 32. Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Tunisia. Again, I think it's pretty much done, except for yeah, because Tunisia they can't really come back with their goal difference and stuff. Egypt, Iran, Belgium, and New Zealand. This is an interesting group because Egypt I feel is qualified. It's just Iran, Belgium, and New Zealand have 1 point difference between them, and a win can be massive for any of them. So yeah, I think New Zealand. Who's gonna win? That's my question. I don't know actually. I don't know. Belgium played against Iran, and there, yeah, and Egypt, Iran, yeah, Iran and New Zealand, Iran, New Zealand, and Belgium. Yep. Spain, Uruguay, Cape Verde. Right now, they're the ones in top three. Again, Saudi Arabia 1 point. Could they pull off a miracle? We don't know. France, Norway, Senegal, and Iraq. I think Senegal is gonna win definitely. France versus Norway is gonna be very interesting. We're gonna see Erling Haaland and all of them. It's gonna be amazing. Argentina, Austria, Algeria. I think yeah, Argentina is winning obviously. Austria, Algeria, Jordan. Again, very interesting matchup, and we just have to see who's gonna win out of these two. Yeah, Austria versus Algeria is going to be a very interesting battle because I was pretty impressed with Austria 25 minutes in for their Argentina game. It's just, yeah, they couldn't do much. Colombia, Portugal, DR Congo, and Uzbekistan. I think Portugal needs a win against Colombia. This is non-negotiable for Ronaldo. Otherwise, I think their knockout groups is like something terrifying, like France or Spain and all the big groups, all the big players. So they need to become number one in this group, and they need to perform against Colombia. England, Ghana, Croatia, and Panama. I think, yeah, I think Croatia is gonna definitely beat um, beat the remaining teams. And Ghana, I think, yeah, I think Croatia is gonna go in. And yeah, I think that was my take on the round of two. Let me know what you guys think. If you like my videos, please like it. I'd appreciate it. If you subscribe, I'd love that. If you can just, yeah, let me know what you think of this World Cup. See you.